Frogman Friday.
Yeah, boy. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Frogman Friday. Ryan Birdman Parrott. Today, our badass guest is Charlie Melton. He served 26 years as a U.S. Navy SEAL, retiring from service as a senior chief petty officer. He founded Charlie Mike Precision in 2016, located in Texas. You can follow Charlie on social media, handles to follow at the end of the show. To learn more about Charlie Mike Precision, go check out charliemikeprecision.com. Brother, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So let's dig right in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell a funny story real quick. So Charlie here put me through sniper school. He was one of my instructors, and you're a medic too, right?
Yeah, medic, still medic.
Yeah. So I'm going through sniper school, and I ended up getting really sick because it was freezing cold in Atterbury. And he comes over there, and you know the big old bad instructors. Charlie, again, is a huge dude, right? So I'm this little guy, and he's tall, and then he comes walking into my room, and he's like, "You having a bad day?" And I'm like, "Kind of sucks today." And he took good care of me, but it was just really cool to be able to recalibrate with you years afterward, because you know I do get credit for being a sniper outside of the service, and that's a huge testament to you actually putting me through. So for those of you who know, Charlie put me through sniper school. Not that I'm anything of an elite sniper, but Charlie is, and this leads right into what he's doing today. So tell us about Charlie Mike Precision, why you founded it, why you started it, and what you do.
Yes, sir. So I retired in 2015, and when I first retired, I got a job out in Texas. I was kind of helping manage an exotic hunting ranch. So we'd have all kind of clients come out and go on hunts all the time. So the old team guy cliche, everybody gets out and teaches some kind of shooting or something like that. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But I kept helping these guys sight their guns in, teach them a couple things about shooting, and then they kept asking me like, hey, do you offer instruction for shooting? I was like, nope. Not doing that yet. And then they told me how much they would pay. So yeah, started up Charlie Mike Precision shortly after.
That is awesome. You know, it's funny. I was looking at an article, and it said that you were going after a pretty big shot, pretty long distance shot. What were you going after?
Yeah, that was a few years ago. They've surpassed it since. But yeah, we started at 5,025 yards. I think that was the first super long shot. And then everybody's gotten into it now. I think they're out to 7,000 now.
That is certifiably insane.
Pretty crazy.
And what were you shooting with that?
I had a custom made round done. It was a 408 Tejas. A guy named Brad Starr. He's originally out of Texas, but now he's out in Salt Lake City. But he built some pretty high speed rounds.
So who's your demographic of people that come to your website to check you out and train with you? Is it law enforcement? Is it civilian? Like who do you tailor to?
I think I tailor pretty much everyone from kids 5 years and older. I've done kids shooting birthday parties, taught kids like gun safety and basic principles of shooting, and it varies. I've done a lot of law enforcement and then a lot of corporate things. They do team building exercises. They come out because I'll split them up, have one guy spot, one guy shoot, and they learn how to shoot also.
So what is
kind of wide variety?
So what does that look like as far as your classes, your courses? Tell us a little bit about, how long are your courses? What are you going to get out of these courses? Things like that.
Yep. So I teach a pistol course, an AR course, and I also teach long range. Long range is probably my more specialty. Long range course, if it's a full class, I keep it 10 people at max. So it usually takes 2 days with a full class of 10. If it's 5 or less, I can usually do it in a day. What that entails, you come out, you sit through about an hour and a half long class. I teach you the principles, how to build that muscle memory. And then after that, we'll do gun setup, make sure everybody's got their gun set up correctly. And then we'll head out to the range. I usually keep people at 100 yards until all their bullets are touching once they start getting the principles down. And then I'll walk them out to 1,000 every 100 yards and get their dope.
Okay. So they can use any type of rifle that they have, or is it specific ones that you have?
They can bring their own rifles. Obviously, it has to be capable of shooting 1,000 yards. So you got to have some decent glass and probably 30 cal or 6mm bigger round. Okay. If it'll make it out there, I can get you on target.
So they come to your class, they sign up online, and then they go through the curriculum. What do they walk away with? What do they feel confident with?
They're not walking away like a perfect shot. You got to put the time in, like with everything. But they walk away with a proper gun setup, and they walk away with the principles of shooting and how to do perfect practice and repetition and build that muscle memory. And once you build that muscle memory, as you know, whether you're in any stressful situation, whether it's combat, shooting a deer for the first time, or anything, getting robbed, your body will always revert back to muscle memory. So they walk away with the tools to know how to build that muscle memory and to make shooting, like breathing and walking, a muscle memory.
Interesting. And you're teaching law enforcement too. So is it a different course for them, and what do they gain out of this?
Same thing with law enforcement, the principles of shooting. I always start everybody with basic principles, get them doing everything correctly, learning how to do that perfect practice and repetition, and then we go from there. But after that I can customize a course to do whatever they want to do, whether it's CQC, transition drills, different, any kind of shooting or hunting.
Tell us a little bit about your range. What does it look like?
Well, right now I don't specifically have a range. I'm kind of reorganizing my company, so I'm just joined up with G2 Precision out of Conroe, Texas. Most of my training I teach all over the U.S., so I basically go to different ranges all over and different ranches. I actually got a meeting next week with a big ranch out in West Texas. They want me to design, build a range out there, and they want to start doing corporate events like 4 or 5 times a year.
Okay. So you're doing the long range precision, which is obviously a very exciting thing to me. And then you're doing the M4 or the assault rifle. So what are you teaching in that course?
During the pistol and the AR course, I basically teach the same principles of shooting. So you start off static range, shooting until you're getting them all in the same hole. All your principles are down, and then you go from there to walking and shooting, instinctive fire drills, running through all the same type drills we kind of did back in the teams.
Okay.
By the end of the day, you're walking and shooting. And
so do you have to have any training on a rifle or a pistol or a long range rifle before you come to your class?
No, sir. Actually, the ones with no training usually learn quicker.
I do remember that.
Because it takes 20,000 reps to build muscle memory, and it takes 20,000 reps to fix muscle memory.
Interesting. That's a good one. Right on. So people can follow you. We'll obviously put out all of Charlie's information so you can go to him, go to his company, sign up with him. Obviously, he said he's in transition right now, but you can still get a hold of him and sign up for courses. Like you said, he's traveling all over the country doing this. So it's not like if you live in a different state, you cannot get a hold of him and you cannot work with him. I can tell you 100% that I did train under Charlie, and he's an awesome leader. He's an awesome shooter. Obviously he stepped his game up because we weren't shooting 5,000 yards plus in the SEAL team. So that is leaps and bounds. Like that's not even imaginable. Like that's mind blowing. Well, I'm signing up for your course.
No, technology's came a long way too. We got all kind of gadgets now.
That is awesome. Well, we'll put out all your information at the end of this. We'll make sure that everybody gets in touch with you that is interested in shooting, and those who are on the fence, we'll push them towards you as well. And really appreciate you for being on this, man.
Very cool. Yeah, I've got some events coming up too. I have once we get that ranch set up in West Texas, I'll have those on the website when they're available. Obviously, I'll be at the NRA show in Dallas this year also. I'll probably be at the booth with Blackwater. They do kind of a co-branded gun, long range rifle with them. And then I've got obviously the SEAL Foundation shoot I do every year out in Reno. It's like a shotgun shoot to raise money for veterans. And then I work with also the OPIF, Operation Pay It Forward. We just did a big event out in Salt Lake City a couple months ago, raised money for veterans. They help out a lot of veterans that are injured. Now, I'm also on the board for Wheelchair for Warriors, so I do quite a few events for them also.
Wow. So you're basically, you need to get busier. We need to load your plate up with some more stuff.
I'm working on it. Well, as you know, I just totaled my truck, so I'm actually flying out to Georgia tomorrow and picking up my new truck, hopefully by the end of the week.
Is that the truck that you showed me a picture of?
Yeah, that big Freightliner.
Oh my gosh. You know what? We're going to put that picture of that truck in this because it's absolutely insane. When he said he was getting a truck, I was like, okay, cool. I know a typical team got truck. This is like a 5,000 yard shot. Let's just say that. It's
going to be awesome. I'm going to rig it up so it's got gun boxes and stuff on it. So I'm going to have it where I can pull us side by side on the back and portable target. So it'll be a one-stop shop for teaching shooting all over.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on. I really appreciate the fact that you went hippie and you grew the long hair out. I love that. Yeah. Totally different.
Got to bring the mullet back.
Bring it on, man. This is Charlie Melton. Go to charliemikeprecision.com to check him out. Handles to follow after the show. And let's get some shooters over to Charlie. You'll change.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Looking
forward to it, brother. Yeah, man. All right. We'll talk soon.